Where is my palette? Where's my palette? Okay, that's all right. So I've got a little. Oh. Okay, so today's video, we're here in my bathroom. We're going to be doing a tutorial on makeup. Now this is specifically makeup, a natural makeup look that you could use for an audition or a workshop. The idea came to me a few different ways. I've seen a few really good ones, which I will put up links in the description bar. I've seen a few really good ones for audition makeup, really cool. But I'm also going to be adjudicating at the Coffs Harbour Solos dance assessment. And one of the things I'll be doing there is running workshops that go along with their scholarship classes. Parenting interruption. Yeah, babe. Is Netflix asking if you're there? Okay. Basically, the reason I think it works really well for an audition is because it helps to get you focused and it gets you into a state and a headspace where you're not going to be judging yourself. People in an audition or a competition, there are people who are paid to judge you and they have a whole set of criteria that they're going to judge you based on. You don't need to judge yourself. You're not the judge in that situation. Whatever you criticize yourself for and how you judge yourself is completely different to how they judge you. Mindfulness will help you get into a state where you can just go in there and just do what's needed. You do you. And that's a really important quote, I think. You do you. A lot of what I'm going to talk about today is not based on do this one thing that I'm telling you. Know thyself, and the modern version of that is you do you. Okay? Know what works for your skin, know what works for you as a dancer, know what works if it's food that you're going to eat beforehand, know what works for your body. You are different to other people, you're different to me, each audition is different, so you do you. Okay? I'm going to set up my space, which I know sounds really odd, but setting up my space, for me, at the moment, I'm really into scented candles. Not for any kind of spiritual or aromatherapy benefits, although they probably do have them, but I'm not into that. I like them because they're pretty and I like the smell. It's enough. So, I have a couple. I don't remember what scent this one is, but it's pretty. I've got my water. Preparation is key. Preparation. You prepare for your audition. This is part of the preparation. So you want to prepare your space, then we're going to prepare our face, prepare our body, then you go in. It's all about preparing the mind as well. I'm going to also prepare my hair. If you can see, my hair is, I'm having issues with hair at the moment. I don't like it. My hair's normally really, really dry. The ends are always really, really dry. So, but now that it's short, and dark, I'm finding for the first time in my life, my roots are getting oily. So I use dry shampoo, Batiste, brilliant. But I use the dark one, the brunette, because I don't want it to look like I have dandruff. I'm gonna get my hair out of my face though, with my unicorn horn to again remind myself you are magical. Yes, I just did that. You can just put a headband on. You do you. You do you. I'm going to say that a lot, but you do you. Unicorns work for me. Okay, so now we're going to prepare the skin. I'm obsessed with skincare, have been since I was like 15. Skincare is self-care. If you prepare your skin really well and if you care for your skin on the daily, then you probably are one of those people who doesn't need to wear makeup for an audition. Not that anyone needs to wear it, but you know, it helps. Get my moisturizer. Now my moisturizer is a sunscreen, not a moisturizer with sunscreen, a sunscreen, okay? Totally understand that if you're going to an audition, it's going to be inside, but you've got to go outside to get to your car. You've got to go from your car outside in the sun, and it doesn't matter what day it is. It doesn't matter if it's overcast, if it's winter, if it's summer. Sunscreen. Sunscreen. So I use this one from Mecca here in Australia. Yeah, so I then use, depending on my skin on the day, I actually have quite a few different primers. This again comes back to know thyself. Know what works for you. Know your skin. So you might watch a really awesome beauty YouTuber, but what works for them might not work for you. It's a thing, it's a to-do. Okay, so I know my skin. I know that this primer from The Ordinary, their Serum primer, I know that this primer works for me pretty much all the time. Doesn't matter what my skin's doing, this works. I also have an Anti-Redness primer, which I will definitely be using today. This is from Mecca. Again, I really like the Mecca Cosmetica range. I think they've done a great job with a lot of their products. There's a few others that I'll use later. Can you see the redness disappearing? Yeah. It's not going to get rid of it completely, but it helps. It definitely helps. So I put this where I am already red, but where I also know that I get red. And then I'm going to go in with my regular Ordinary primer now, so that I don't have lots of build up. That's way too much. So I don't have lots of build up. I'm just going to do this pretty much just a tiny bit over where I've already put my Anti-Redness primer. Tiny bit on the eyes just because I like it. But some people don't like putting primer on their eyes. They have a separate eye primer. It's up to you. You do you. Little bit here. Okay, so skin is primed. So the final priming and prepping I'm going to do is my lips. Now this is another Mecca product. This is not a Mecca Cosmetica, this is Mecca Maxima. This is the City Slicker Tinted Oil. I love this. I've switched to cups, I've got a bit of caffeine. I've got my Diet Coke or Coke Zero in my Chewbacca cup. Okay, I'm going to take a concealer brush and do some correcting. Okay, a lot of people will do correcting after they've done their foundation, but because I'm going for a hopefully no foundation look, I'm actually going to do my correcting first, because if I can correct first, then I won't need foundation to smooth everything out. It'll just be smoothing out. It'll just be my skin corrected. You're going in under the eyes. Highlighting under the eyes is not necessary for everyone. If you're going for a natural look, then don't do the full Kimmy K highlight triangle situation underneath, all right? You'll see here, I'm literally just looking at myself in the mirror and going, where are things dark? That's all I'm doing. I have really large eyes, so I don't actually want to open my eyes out too much, because then I'm going to look very, very startled. So I don't need to do all of that. So again, that's just know your face. bit better. Sponge when I'm correcting. I'm not judging any flaws in my skin, just being aware that they're there. And what you find when you do that, when you use mindfulness to do your makeup in preparation for something like an audition, you get in touch with who you are. When you go into an audition, you're selling you. You're selling what you can be for the show, for the job. You're selling what you can do as far as if it's a scholarship, workshop, class, that kind of thing. It's you. So we want to see you. They want to see who you are. You want to present your best self, so by all means put makeup on. But we want to see you. And your quirks, the things that make you you, and that includes your physical quirks. So for me, I have a beauty mark here. And I really like that beauty mark. I never used to. I really like it now. The more mindful I become with my makeup, the more I see what this beauty mark can add to my face. When I do a full coverage look, so for performance, I have to redraw that mark back in because the full coverage foundations hide it. On the no foundation makeup look, J Kisser Makeup she is the guru on it. She's amazing. She has this amazing YouTube channel, great tutorials. She doesn't wear foundation. She's got freckles and she's beautiful and she loves the skin she is in. And she has quite a few different tutorials on how to get how to do makeup. She does full glam. She does some amazing looks, but with no foundation. So I'll link her below as well. Go and check her out. The next up for me, I would do brows. My biggest recommendation to you with brows is know thyself. Your brows are not Cara Delevingne's brows. Cara Delevingne, yeah. She's got great brows, they work on her face. Do your brows for your face. Research what brows should be doing, because as a performer, the brows are the window to the soul, not the eyes. Your eyes don't actually move, the actual eyeball, they don't do anything. Your eyes themselves, you can open them up, close them, you can't do a lot with it. Your brows frame the eyes, and the brows are what really show the expression, especially on stage.
But it is important to know where your eyebrows are when you're talking. Always have your eyebrows up when you're asking someone where the toilets are. Do you know the toilets are? Toilets? Don't be going, do you know where the toilets are?
So get the brows right. If you're going for an audition and you have to hand in, you do your audition, but you also hand in a headshot resume. You need to actually look like your headshot. So if your headshot looks like a natural you, and then you go in there, you know what I mean? You go in there and dance, and you've got these like massive Insta brows and all of it. They're like, whoa, who's this person? They're not going to remember. They will use those pictures as recall later. Just see myself in the view screen, and I've got like one dark brow and one not. But you can see here, this is why I do my brows every day, because my hair's too heavy. So make yourself look like your headshot as well. You don't look exactly the same, but you want to be able to go, oh yeah, that's the same person. The sweating is real. Now, old Claire, pre-mindfulness Claire, would be getting really, really despondent by this whole sweating issue. Mindfulness Claire is just going to look at where the sweating is. There, bounce, bounce, bounce. Take a breath, take a drink. Now, I don't actually do mindfulness for long periods of time because I'm not that calm a person, to be honest. So I will find other ways of getting myself mentally in the zone, mentally prepared for an audition. Now, this is where it's really important that you know how you work, how your mind works. Some people need to be amped up, some people need to be calmed down.
some people need to be distracted away from what they're thinking, what they're going to be doing, and some people need to get their mind focused into it. You might find you need a combination of those things. A lot of people say music helps to calm you down or amp you up or whatever, and whilst I personally, yes, I agree with that, I find that as a dancer and as a choreographer, listening to music to relax is incredibly problematic for me, because what do dancers do when there's music? We dance. And it can be really difficult for me to focus on something if I'm listening to music and I just start choreographing and I start visualizing what might work for that dance, for that piece of music, and then all of a sudden, I'm not actually preparing for the audition or the task at hand, preparing for a routine to the music that I'm supposed to be relaxing to. So it doesn't work for me, okay? But if it works for you, you do you. Something that works for me is YouTube. I love YouTube, obviously I am a YouTuber, but I love YouTube for the research part of it, and research, knowledge is power. Okay, apparently that was Francis Bacon, there's a little bit of debate there, but knowledge is power. The more you know, the more you can be in control, the more you can feel comfortable in a situation. So when I wanted to do this video, I looked up different videos on YouTube of tips for auditioning, and came across some great ones from the standards that I love watching, so like Catherine Morgan, Claudia Dean, but I also found some new YouTubers that I'm loving. Is it the Walters? I'm going to get this wrong. The Walkers. Are you the Walkers? I'm just getting into my account. So basically, all of these clips that I watched where they're giving you instructions on and tips on how to audition, they all said research. Know what you're going to getting yourself into, know what you've got to do. And obviously I'm going to get behind that because research is my life. I love to research. So when I'm going to be off to an audition or even a job interview or something like that, I like to get myself into the headspace that audition requires me or the interview needs me to be. So if you're going for an audition for cats, watch some clips of cats, watch some videos of like behind the scenes things of putting together a production of cats, research who is directing the show, who is producing the show, who is choreographing the show. Are they using the choreography from another production? So is it like what happens in Australia, we get the same production that was done on Broadway and they bring it here and none of our choreographers get to do anything creative, they're like caretakers and they get to calm down, Claire. Are you going to be doing the same choreography that was done on Broadway or the West End? If so, watch some of that choreography. Don't feel you have to learn it, but definitely be familiar with it. So I was watching all of these different videos. I'm going to link them below. What I'm going to link you to though is a playlist I've put together of all of these different audition tips videos, and there's one that I really want to talk to you about, which so I had a lot of great response to my dance trends that can stay in 2017 video, and one of the things I talked about was no more Ed Sheeran. Now here's the thing, I actually really like Ed Sheeran. I think he's really talented and I do love some of his music. I've just seen way too many people dance to it as an adjudicator that it's like, ugh, okay? But I found this video called 16-Year-Old Ed Sheeran Auditions for Britannia High 2007. And it is adorable, oh my goodness. It's like this 16-year-old Ed Sheeran who was a nobody at the time, and it's so good to watch because Ed Sheeran is a freaking phenomenon at the moment. And I'm sure you've all seen the videos about how he had a stutter apparently, and he didn't come to it easy. He doesn't actually make it onto this Britannia High cast. He gets right down to the last bit because they just see something special in him, but he doesn't get all the way, and I think that's an amazing thing to watch before you go into an audition. You because you're not going to get every job. You're not going to win every first prize, okay? I've stopped doing the makeup part of this now, haven't I? I am going to, what am I up to? I'm going to do some lashes. Curl your lashes. My lashes are really poop at the moment, so they're really short and thin, so curl, curl, curl. For auditions, it's not always about being the best in the room. In fact, it's often not at all about being the best in the room. It's about being right for the part. So one of the other videos that's on there is some footage from Jordan Jones running an audition for backup dancers. And there were some girls in there who were great dancers, but they looked and dressed like Jordan Jones. Now, I'm pretty sure they're not going to hire Jordan Jones clones to dance behind her. I'm not saying don't go to the audition if you look like the person who you're going to be doing backup for. But I'm just saying that could have been one of the things they were looking for. They probably were like, you know what, let's not get a blonde who looks like Jordan. If we're going to do a blonde, let her have something different, okay? Curled my lashes. I am loving the Essence Volume Curl and Hold Mascara. I got onto this at the recommendation of one of my favourite beauty YouTubers, Tati, she's cool. She is obsessed with this, and so am I. I'm obsessed with bargains. Okay, so have something else happening in the background, like on your YouTube, whether it be audition tips, things to do in an audition, things not to do in an audition. You might be, if you're doing a ballet class as an audition and you're not really a full-time ballet dancer, ballet isn't every part of your life and you need to get yourself into a ballet headspace, watch ballet clips. Class ballet clips, I reckon, are really great to get you into a ballet class audition type headspace. There are so many clips online of the BareMinerals system, like the BareMinerals students, and they are insane. They are so good, and they are so inspiring, and they're just beautiful. So that can really help you, especially if you're doing like if you're at dancer Stedford and you might have your jazz solo and your tap solo in the morning, and then you've got to go into a ballet scholarship class. That's like where's my headspace? Where's my head at? Where's your head at? So yeah, maybe go take your day off and watch a few ballet clips just to get yourself in that headspace. Breathing is so important. It's also something I would recommend you do a lot in an audition, okay? You might be sitting there thinking, well, of course I breathe. I mean, come on, Claire, breathing, you need breathing to live. Yeah, but people forget. And I see it when I'm running auditions, when I'm running classes. People will be like, especially ballet, hold up, finished. It's like, go, breathe between exercises. Consciously breathe in, breathe out. Notice the air going in and out. There's a technique called 4-7-8 breathing, which is amazing, and I think it's really good for dancers because 4, 7, and 8 are not like, they're not on a strict tempo. If you breathe in for 4 and out, 4 and out, 4, it gets a little bit like rhythmic. The 4-7-8 theory, I find that's great for dancers because it gets you out of that rhythmic thing and it actually makes you focus on good breathing that's going to get the blood into the oxygen into your blood. Oh god, that sentence didn't work. It's a quick way to calm yourself down. Just being really mindful, present and aware of your breath. Breathe in an audition. Not just during the step, but after, before the combinations, before you dance. Breathe. All right, I'm going to brighten my face up a bit now. This is BareMinerals Sheer Sun. This stuff is, I'll be honest, it's expensive AF, but I love it. Okay, so the other thing you can do is prepare your body. Now you can prepare your body whilst you are doing
your makeup. I do this every day anyway. If I'm brushing my teeth, I'll do risers, and I'll do, the other one I like is another conditioning exercise I like to do is flamingos. These are an exercise I learned through watching the Claudia Dean video. This is that Releve highlight stick that I was telling you about before. And I'm just putting that on the high points. So Cupid's bow,